We need to understand is what problem are we solving? And I can tell you, one of the farmers walked to me this morning and says, Mohammed, Sandai irrigation scheme, we have a lot of problems. Weseges doesn't flow throughout the year. You know, those of you who don't know Weseges River, it starts from Marmanet, those Yandarwa area, and flows through Sendai. And we have a small irrigation scheme. Now, 50% of the farmers don't get water throughout the year. We had dealing with problem of siltation. In 1996, when I came here, you know, Mochongoi forest was intact. But this is understandable, because in 1996, the population of this country was less than 25 million. Today, we are more than 50 million. Climate change is a consequence of land degradation. If our lands were right, our rivers will flow throughout the year. If the forest in Marmanet and you know, the Subuk here, those areas, Weseges River will have flown throughout the year. We need to give an integrated approach from the headwater forest to where the water ends, the lakes. And we also need to take an integrated approach that brings in people, nature, and economists. Because at the end of the day, the governor, what people want to see is how many jobs have you created for the people of Baringo. We have to generate resource, nature-based solutions to generate economy out of our nature.
And the only way is through regulation and coming up with policies to be able to conserve this. Take, for example, we have the issue of the charcoal transportation. Most of us, those who travel from Nakuru to Cabernet, you'll count the number of motorcycles, each one of them carrying not less than 8 bags. I will not miss more than 15 motorcycles. So 15 times 8, we're talking about a number of, about more than 120 bags of charcoal. What does that mean? Our environment is naturally tampered.
Although Baringo County is one of the arid and semi-arid areas in Kenya, it encompasses important ecosystems and biodiversity areas such as Lake Abnorok, Lake Baringo, and Lake Bogoria, which is, of course, you know, that this is designated as a Ramsar site, and all the rivers that feed it. But you know, the flooding of that lake, the challenges that are around the degradation of environment from the rivers that flow into it, all the way upstream, that have reduced the creatures that the flamingos depend, could be the cause, the reason why sometimes they disappear for a while. But if we don't protect the catchment that feeds that lake, then we will dilute and destroy the algae that those birds feed on, and we lose it. We lose it. Today I see quite a number of Chinese tourists and other tourists coming because of this phenomenon that is here. So it is our duty, everybody who cares for humanity, everybody who cares for the living thing, to think about how we can protect this marvelous natural resource. These ecosystems provide diverse ecological functions and support to human life and livelihoods improvement. But regardless of this immense contribution in sustaining humanity, the ecosystems in many parts of the county have continued to be degraded as a result of human activities such as unsustainable exploitation and conversion to other land uses. And because of our greed, I feel it as an individual, because I told you that the water that I use in my house, forget about the ones that I shower with, the color is brown. The reason why there was a clash, I almost call it a tribal clash, between the residents of Mogotio and Eldama Ravine, the upper side, early this year, was because River Emening dried up. River Esageri dried up. All these rivers drain into Perkera, and then Molo River also dry. When you reach Mogotio, there is no river anymore. When you are past Emening, there is no river anymore. So what happens to the life downstream? It's destroyed. We must start from where the problem is, upstream. And in the same vein, the Tugen Hills, all the way from Chemorgok, coming down all the way to Tenges, to Kimgochoch, and now going to Morop, and going to Simo Hills. If we don't manage the movement of the waters downstream, if we don't make sure that we protect that catchment so that the movement of the waters downstream, we will destroy Lake Abnorok. And not only Lake Abnorok, this water go all the way to Lake Turkana. In fact, Lake Turkana might be no more.
That climate change and economy and livelihoods is actually intertwined. The environment, actually the environment should be there first before the people, because there is no human or livestock that can survive without a good environment. So that is another angle that has even led to shortage of food in this entire country. The prices of food, no one should lie to you. Places in Elgeyo Marakwet and even in Baringo, because I also went to school in Baringo, places where those days you could see raining every afternoon, kidogo, inanyesha afternoon, there is no rain. So those places used to feed the entire country. It is not raining anymore. Everywhere which was producing some water for irrigating, there were some small sources. Unafika kwa kijiji kuna kamaji tu kanatiririka, a small stream. But it used to do some kitungu, some mboga, something, some small stream, natural streams. They are not there nowadays. What has that meant? Shortage of food, because not all of us are still growing again. Shortage of food automatically leads to skyrocketing food prices. So the economic quagmire that we are in, no one is saying the truth.